know who also made a call yesterday for unity?
Oh, that's
Watch
beautiful.
this clip, please.
We are all in this together. We must put politics aside, stop the partisanship, and unify together as one nation and one family. As history has proven time and time again, Americans always rise to the challenge and overcome adversity.
Well, apparently that didn't last very long, because this morning he attacked Nancy Pelosi on Twitter for not supporting his payroll tax cut plan. Now, you know...
He blames everybody for everything also.
I mean...
Which is not unifying.
It's just not the time for this.
It's just not the time.
It's really not the time for this
you know?
right now.
You can't, you know, there's so... I don't know, child.
That clip, too, could he sell it less? I mean, oh,
Well,
we're here as
you don't
Americans.
feel
That
like
come together.
you
It's like,
meant it?
I can show you how to give a bomb-ass speech. I'm really good at it.
Yeah.
We're here as Americans, and we're going to come together because this is scary, and we're the greatest country that ever existed in the history of history, and we will get past this.
Right.
Hey, Trump, try it. It's ridiculous.
I'm voting for
No,
me.
it's just, thank you so much. But it's like, I just don't understand. Emote. Everyone is scared. It's okay.
Well,
and to sit there like that and look so cavalier and lackadaisical, and the way he is saying it, he is not selling it. And that's why everyone's so freaked out.
Why do you
right
think
now.
that's true?
I don't know.
I think
because
he's incapable
What's
of
wrong
doing
with him?
that.
Something's
I don't
wrong
know.
with him.
Well,
He's
maybe he just had
incapable.
Botox.
No, he's
And
just...
No, you
he's
know what
just-
it is? You've got
nothing's
Tom
movable.
Hanks has the virus,
I know.
and we have Forrest Gump in the White House.
Basically, what a man
that's
to
what's
get
happening.
it, too. The beloved icon.
That was incredible, and I heard so many people, I mean, friends were, you know, emailing me, but so many people were saying, this puts a face on it, because who doesn't, you know, love Tom Hanks
Yeah.
and his wife. But I thought what was encouraging is that his son was telling people, yes, they're in Australia, yes, they've tested positive, but they're okay. And they'll get through it, because there is no vaccine for this,
He
right?
got
and
the
there is no
virus in the
treatment.
United States,
He
by
got
the way. Got it here
virus in the
and
United
brought it
States.
to Australia.
And so that is one thing.
Because there's no testing here.
No.
Right? He wouldn't have brought it to Australia if they had some
might.
testing.
Well, but see, here's what this morning
There is some testing,
they
but-
said. Well, there must be, because they had
some
a plane land in Palm Beach.
Yeah, just now.
And a guy has it. I said, well, how the hell did he find out he had it?
Yeah.
They tested him.
Well,
well
they
how
have-
come
they have some.
Well, why is it in Palm
listen to
Beach?
this. Listen to this, because I have a
don't-
friend that isn't feeling well, has a cold, has a little trouble breathing. That person called the primary care doctor. Primary care doctor said this is the protocol. If you haven't traveled to a high-risk area internationally, a cough or a slight fever alone won't merit a test.
Yeah.
So you have to not only have traveled internationally to a high-risk area, you also have had to have exposure to a person who has tested positive.
But
If
how do you
not,
know?
no test.
You don't even really know if you've been exposed to a person
But
who's
also,
They
tested positive.
tested this
no
guy just got
disrespect
off
to
the
our
plane.
friends.
No test.
But like without Tommy and your friend, why am I getting this information? With
I
all
know.
due respect,
Yeah.
from Sunny and Whoopi, I love you, but like you don't
know.
work at the CDC or whatever, and it's like,
and I'll tell you
we
why,
got that last
because
night from the president's address.
if people don't realize that, you know, when the supposed head of a country says this is what's happening, and you know for a fact that it's not, you have to stand up and say that's not what's happening. It'd be nice if it was, but it's not, because people need to know that actually everyone is watching. Everyone's diligent. People coming back from different countries, coming home saying, oh, I know they're gonna check me out. And then you breeze off the plane. It's like, hey, welcome home. It's like, what the?
Yeah.
It's crazy. But
The only one that I would listen to is Dr. Fauci. I would just pay attention to him.
He's been very
and what
honest.
he's good, and Pence has been pretty good.
Yeah.
And what I would say is Fauci has said it's going to get worse.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
He
Yes.
said that, and so everybody needs to be vigilant.
What
is
was
all I'm
also
saying.
interesting is Fauci told Congress that people are comparing this to the flu, but I think that the mortality rate, correct me if I'm wrong,
It's
in my
different,
ear,
yes.
is
It's higher.
Yes,
10
it's higher.
times
Yes.
higher
Yeah,
than the
that's right.
flu.
Yeah, that's why
So you
everyone who
almost
said
can't
it's just like
compare
the
it.
flu, it's just like the flu. I was
No.
like, then why are we
That.
quarantining countries? Again, I'm not a
Yes.
doctor, but it seems like simple logic.
We also don't know
that
how
this is
long it will
worse.
last.
Yes.
Yes.
And again, I'm not trying to fearmonger
Significant.
at all, but I do think this has reached a level that it's healthy fear, it's healthy skepticism. We don't have an audience right now.
Yeah.
It's, you know, and I do think, again, if we had leadership in the White House from anyone, by the way, your advisors, your kids, and your son-in-law, get out there and try and reassure some Americans. There's a lot of scared people right
Yes.
now, and they are just, as I said at the top of the show, they are not doing the job of true leaders to try and quell some of this anxiety. anxiety, and instead, it made it worse for me last night. And by the way, I was texting all of you. It made it worse for all of you too. And if it's made it worse for the View host, I'm sure there's a lot of other Americans
But
out
I
there
love
that
it
made
when he
worse
says
for.
that it'll go away because the weather will change. Then if it's about warm
It's in
weather,
Australia.
then why is it in California or Florida or Iran,
Because
which is
it
very
actually
warm?
doesn't care what he
No,
says.
I know.
It
But I
doesn't
mean,
care
this
what
is
he
the kind
says.
of BS
you know?
he puts out there.
Well, but we have to just keep it. Listen,
Don't listen to him.
what you have to know is if you are coming back from another country, it's going to be up to you to handle how you return.
It must
they
be
don't seem to.
self-quarantined.
Well,
Yeah.
you know. Pence is saying, you know, we're going to ask every American and legal resident returning to the United States to self-quarantine for 14 days. But, you know, because you haven't said to people, you didn't say to other countries, listen, we're going to start calling our people back. You have caused, I feel, a panic.
Yes,
now
yes.
everybody's trying to get back, and you know we're not quite prepared for it. And you're asking people to do stuff that they may not be able to do in the time. So I didn't appreciate that. But you know what? It's going to look. People, the CDC, all the scientists that are working on this, there are people working 24 hours a day, busting their behind. So I'm not putting my eggs in the basket of the man who we saw give that dull speech and tell us that we're all fine. That guy, I'm not listening to him. I'm listening to the folks at the CDC. I'm checking, I'm washing my hands because that's your first line of defense. Wash those hands, sanitize those hands, and we're moving forward. Now, I see the red light, and I know I'm supposed to say something else.
Can I add something, though?
You can.
One thing that concerned me is a case out of Massachusetts where 70 out of the 92 cases all happened at a Biogen meeting.
Yes.
And so
What's that?
there was a meeting it's a company, but there's a meeting of 70 people. They all got the coronavirus at this meeting. So the indication is that it is airborne, that it's possible.
Well, they were all in a room together.
They were all in a room together.
Wow.
And I wish that sort of information is information that is coming from our government to the citizens. And you know, Stefan Marbury is someone that I know, and if you look at his Instagram, he traveled from the U.S. to China. The minute he gets off the plane, they take him to the hospital and they test him.
Yeah.
And so, you know, there's a protocol there. And granted, China was the first place to have this virus, but why don't we have some sort of protocol, as to Whoopi's point, when you come to this country from abroad, why is there no protocol for testing? I know that we don't have enough test kits, but why don't we have enough test
I'm
kits?
just telling you, the man got off the plane in Palm Beach. They said, oh, he's got it. I want to know how they knew that. Did they test him on the plane?
Maybe.
What the hell?
Maybe.